want you more than my name.
Hi there, and welcome to the last junk journal session with me in this April journal. The next video, if you're interested, is going to be the flip through of this journal, including some new pages that you have not seen me do on camera. So moving into today's session, I am making a top loading pocket out of this middle signature of the first, out of the middle of the first signature, and I'm just gluing down the bottom and the side. And I wanted to put in this card that I had already cut down a bit, that I had received 2 years ago from some wonderful colleagues of mine, and it was a condolence card for when my dad passed away. And I really wanted to keep this momentum in this journal because it's a part of my life and my development. So I just wanted to make it a little easier to open to take out this card from the top. So I used a 2-inch scalloped circle punch to create this kind of like an opening. And I'm just gonna stick the card in there. And of course I wanted to decorate the front as well. And so I'm using this glassine bag, which was already stamped, and this was in the Happy Mail from Anita. And so I'm going to glue that in the front. And to put inside, I'm going to choose a tag from a series of tags I have made, I don't know, over a year ago I think now. And I've been hoarding these because I love them so much, but I decided I wanted to put one of these in my journal. And so here I just wanted to show you these tags, and they have a lot of layers. They're quite bulky. They have a lot of elements on there which are not just paper, like wood pieces and what else do I have? Fabric pieces, lace pieces. I think some even have some corrugated cardboard. There's twine, texture paste, all kinds of things there. This is actually not part of the series. I don't know, that was a mistake to put in there. It could be, actually, it's quite similar. So I'm choosing one that would have a sentiment that would go with this, and I choose this one, which says thankful and grateful, which describes how I feel towards my dad. So I will be forever grateful for everything he did for my brothers and me, and I think I had a special bond with him, and yeah, I wanted to make this. Moving on to the next page, I am making a very simple belly band using a washi tape, which was also in Anita's Happy Mail, and I'm just going to put that onto this marble cardstock that I have, and just gonna stick that right on there. And trim that down to form a belly band. Of course, I'm inking the sides. And now I'm just gonna glue it in there. Just gluing the top and the bottom, pressing those down. And I wanted to make a card to go in here, and I'm going to make a little collage with these beautiful, beautiful pieces that I had just received that day from Annette. So Annette is from Germany, and I met her through Instagram, and we've already exchanged some Happy Mail, but she was actually visiting Austria for a few days, and we were able to meet up in Vienna for a quick coffee, and that was really, really lovely. And we again exchanged some bits, and this was part of the things that she gave me, and They're so pretty and they really inspired me to just use them in a collage. So perfect timing for the last journaling for this book or for this journal. So here you see I've just spread everything out so that I know what I have, and I'm just gonna start by gluing things down. And I think for this piece she stamped on some tea bags, but unused tea bags, if I'm not mistaken. It kind of feels like that. So this is a washi tape, and I'm very proud of myself for how I made this collage, because usually I put everything down without gluing it, so that I know what goes where. But look at this, I'm actually gluing things down before I have any idea what's happening next. So this was fun, and I just wanted to give it a shot. Actually, what inspired me to do this was I saw a video a few days ago from Wendy's journal adventure, where she had like a journal with me and she was making a collage. And I was really impressed how she was just gluing one thing down after the other without knowing what she was gonna do. And I was like, wow, I'm gonna try this. So this was my try. I'm very happy with the outcome, actually. So I might try this again in the future. So as you can see, I am playing around with some bits without gluing, you know, without now I lost my train of thought. I am trying out a few bits without gluing everything down immediately, but still, I think it's progress. I would title it as such. So she had this definition of springtime, and I thought that was really cool, but the piece of paper was too big for this collage, so I decided to separate the word and the definition. And so as you saw, I just cut out the word springtime, fussy cut it, and now I have the definition, which will go somewhere else. And I'm doing my best here not to be too perfectionist and not to worry about it too much. But yeah, it did take me a little bit of a time to figure out what I liked best. Tried a few options. I love this stamp. She has this stamp with the bulb of the flowers. It's awesome. And I believe these tiny doilies, I'm guessing, are a die cut. I've always refrained from buying die cuts with doilies because of all the little tiny holes that you would then have to poke through to get them out of that die cut. Knowing myself, I don't really have the patience, and then I would probably never use the doilies, but this is so cute, I might actually reconsider. So here's another piece of washi tape. No, I'm sorry, this is a stamp on transparent paper that I'm just adding as, I believe, a final touch. And I love that, and that fits perfectly in that little belly band. So moving on to the next page, I am simply clipping on this stamped coffee dyed paper from Deborah's Happy Mail. And moving on, I am adding this beautiful piece of fabric with embroidery on it that I have just purchased from the flea market a few days ago. I'm gonna make another pocket with this, so I am going to cut that down to fit the size of the page, and I'm just going to glue around the three sides and have this gorgeous pocket. These are like the easiest things to do, and I just love having my fabric pockets. And I'm actually finally using the Daphne's diary for April that I've gotten quite a while ago. And Emma, you're gonna laugh when you see this if you're watching because you knew I was gonna use this page. Emma had a flip through on her channel of the Daphne's diary, and I will actually link that below because that's such a cute flip through. So if you want to see more of the magazine, please stop by her channel. She has a lot of cute videos. Actually, I really like her channel. And so I'm going to use this paper to make a tag. And if you know me a little bit, you know I love my white and pink. And also the peonies, I believe these are peonies, are my favorite flower ever. So how can it be more perfect? And well, yeah, talking about making it more perfect, I have this cardstock with dragonflies on the back or on one side, and I'm gonna use that as backing for the tag. So this is the perfect tag for me. And so I'm just gonna glue them together with my glue stick. Then obviously I need to ink up the sides, but before I do that, I wanted it to have more of a tag shape. So I use my template, which used to be packaging from an AliExpress order. And I'm just using that to cut off two top corners to form this tag shape. And then I'm also making a hole, but I'm not putting any ribbon in there because I don't think there's enough room in the pocket. But I do use one of these reinforcement rings that I'm just gonna put some distress ink on to make them brown, because this way they will really stand out, and I love that look. So I'll put one in the front and one in the back. And then I'm gonna ink it up, and now I think it really looks like a very nice tag. But I did want to also add something else, and I'm again trying to embrace my handwriting, which you might know I don't like. But I'm just gonna do it anyway, and I found something in the internet about peonies, and I've just wrote it in pencil first, just so that I know how the spacing would go. And it says, peonies, they promise good fortune. Watch them grow from small buds into strong, magnificent blooms, and you'll see why they beautifully symbolize a long and happy marriage. So who doesn't want that? And now for the last page that we're tackling for today, I'm using yet another doily from my recent flea market visit. And I'm going to make a pocket out of this, and what I'm looking for in this particular paper pad, this is a 12 by 12. I believe I got it from the store Action. I love a lot of these pages. I'm trying to decide between one of those two that you just saw as a background for the page to cover up this black and white photograph. So I'm again just measuring how big it needs to be. I would have preferred something a little less thick, but I didn't, or maybe I just didn't have the patience to look for something else. I love this one, so I just went with this. So now I need to cut up this doily, and I know some of you are cringing when I'm cutting up things like this, but the truth is I would never ever use it as a doily, because that's just not, it's not my style. I do love them in books, and so I like to honor them this way. So, and I do have another one of these, actually I got two of these, so even if I cut one up I still have another complete one. So just gluing down the two straight edges to form a pocket, and I'm including this absolutely gorgeous postcard, another flea market find It actually has been used, and I adore this image of this lady. And I'm just gonna stick her in there, and that's it. So hope to see you back for the final flip through with new pages, and hope you enjoyed this, got some more inspiration, and wishing you a fabulous day. Bye.
Don't break my heart, just break free. Just let me see your bad streaks. Maybe they'll match my freaks, yeah. I'd kill to see the stars cry.